What's up, YouTube? Back from another video. This one's on what you need to do to find the gym motivation. Is you just need to get in there and you need to just do some stuff until you find out what you like. And then you have to do, even if it's just one workout. Let's say if you're a chick and you want to get the fucking popping glutes out where people are like turning heads, breaking neck, what are you gonna do? And you're like, well, I don't really like the squats because I just don't like the squat. Well, whatever, then don't do the freaking squat. What do you like to do? What is tolerable? And you're like, well, I think what is tolerable for me is some freaking glute bridges. So doing the glute bridges and just do one set of that to start and go 3 times a week. Do one set 3 times a week. One working set 3 times a week. That's it. And you're gonna be like, wow, okay, well, I'm doing that, and you're gonna naturally just like, oh, now I'm doing 2 sets, and then 3 sets, and then you're doing 3 sets 3 times a week, glute bridges, boom. Okay, now that's a regimen. You've built a regimen, and then you just go with that. So then it's like, okay, well, then you're just naturally gonna be like, even if you just do this, you're just naturally gonna start seeing results, feeling like you're getting better, and then you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna add more to it. You're like, wow, now I did the glute bridge, and it's like, well, what? I don't know. I guess I'll start on some squats. I was gonna add some squats in there because squats are decaying for the glutes and stuff. So you're like, okay, so now I'm doing squats 1 set a week and doing 3 sets of glute bridges. Now you're doing 4 sets 3 times a week. Okay, it's 12 sets a week. Then all of a sudden you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna do 2 sets of working sets of squats. And then all of a sudden then after a while, you're up to a whole freaking regimen. And then you're like, wow, and now you're not doing leg, you're not just doing your glutes, now you're working the rest of your legs, you're working, now you're doing your upper body, now you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And that's just like if you're a chick or whatever. But if you're a dude, and you're like, oh yeah, the bench press. You know, that's the freaking one, the goddamn bench press, right? So then you're like, I'm gonna do the bench press. You just go and do the freaking bench press, do 1 set 3 times a week, show up, give it hell for 1 set. And then you're like, okay, 1 working set, you know what I mean? Then you're like, all right, I'm doing the 1 set. And then, you know, you with your boys or whatever, even if it's just you cranking some pumped up music, getting all jacked up with your caffeine and stuff, just pounding down espresso shots. And then you're like, all right, now you're doing 2 sets, and you're just getting there, man. You see your strength going up because you're learning your form, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, then you're actually starting to see some results. And then you're doing 3-4 sets of that, and you're like, oh, well, I better do some chest flies. And I don't really like the dumbbells, so I'm going to do the machine, the pec deck, or the cable crossover, whatever it is that you can do, that you don't mind doing, you do that. And then you just slowly build on that, and eventually, then if it takes you 3 freaking years, 5 years to build the whole body regimen that you know for bodybuilding, and really get into your legs, because that's usually like the last thing those guys want to do is the legs. So it's like, okay, well, it took you 5 years, but I'll tell you what, you had 5 years of upper body training. So you're pretty solid upper body, and then now you're hitting your legs, but you have a solid routine and you have some outlet and some expression they can do. That is a freaking solid plan that anybody can follow. Like anybody can pick 1 workout that they just tolerable. Like even if they hate working out, like they freaking hate it, loaded with passion, but they know they should be doing it because they want the gains, they want the results. Okay. Do 1 freaking set 3 times a week of 1 tolerable workout, dude. Just show up. Once you build a routine, it's like what'll happen is it won't work linearly. It'll work like this. You'll start to get better. You'll be like, oh yeah, build a routine. All of a sudden, then it'll skyrocket because you'll be like, now I have a routine, and then the routine will get built, and you'll just be doing all this stuff. You know, seriously. Then all of a sudden you get solid gains. You know, and then you're going to get shoulders. If you're a dude, it's going to be the chest and shoulders. Then it's like, well, then you start getting all like this. Because you're just going to, you know, your chest is overdeveloped. And you're like, you know, if I really want to get my bench up, I better get big back, bro. Better do the other way. Better work the opposing muscles, bro. Just airport everywhere you go. That's totally reasonable. You don't have to jump in to the lake of fire just freaking balls deep real quick, and then all of a sudden you're just like killing yourself. How the hell? Because if you're not trained, it's like, dude, how the hell can you full on bodybuilding go from just dough ball on the couch to a full on bodybuilding routine, some expert level, elite level training? Because you've seen The Rock's workout, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do The Rock's workout. I'm gonna go in. It's like, good luck, dude. Like, unless you got some steel willpower from hell, like, good luck. You're gonna stick with, you're gonna do the chest, the tries, the back and buys, the shoulders, the arms, and the legs. You work out 6 days a week. It's like, from a dough ball to that. It's like, dude, good luck with that. That's like a little bit extreme. And then that's what I think a lot of people do, just like with dieting. They just jump in this crazy diet, and then it's like falling off a freaking cliff, and the whole time they're like, oh my God, I'm dying. And then they're like, fuck, dude, they're fucked it. And then they go for like a week, maybe 2, and all of a sudden they have one little Skittle, or one M&M, or like one bite of popcorn chicken or something, and then all of a sudden there's no holds barred, and they're just putting down 6,000-7,000 calories because they've just freaking dieted so hard. They're like, I'm gonna do a 1,500 calorie diet. And then it's like, dude, it's like, no. What you need to do is take the long haul, take your time, ease into it, and I promise you that is the easiest way. That is the #1 easiest way to skip on a regimen. I've been doing this for over 13 years, and freaking, I went balls to the wall, but I did chest. It was just chest, basically. It was chest, and I would go in there for hours in the beginning, and I worked out in my garage, and I had like this old wider weights from my dad that were all rusty as hell, and then the bar was all rusty, falling apart, and then the bench was something I found at a freaking yard sale for like freaking $15, and it was like this wide where the bench thing was, so you had to put it on. You couldn't let it freaking. It was all like this, you know, and they had to go off, and then I thought I was real strong and all that stuff. But I went in, then I was trying to do calf work. Then we tried to set up a freaking, like a pulley. Like I took a rope and I put it over like a scaffold brace over in the rafters, and I tried to do like a lat pull down rope thing. It didn't work out with a bucket of sand. It had no dumbbells, so I'm trying to curl half buckets of sand, and then hold like an 8-inch solid block and hold it like this as long as you can. Yeah, it was just the way it was. If there's a will, there's a way. And then after months of doing that, then I was like, oh, I showed up at the gym, and it was a kid at candy store, man, because then that's when I was ready, you know, to do more. But yeah, it was always chest, man. Chest. So yeah, that's how it goes. But yeah, that's your easiest way to jump into the workout routine. Don't try to go too hard too fast, because it's just your body's gonna be you're gonna be so much resistant within your mind and your body. You're gonna be like, how the hell? But you know what? It starts out with trying to get these results stuff, but then you find out along the way it's all about the journey. It's like about the workout itself. It's about the experience, the expression, the growth that happens spiritually, and you have this drive to move towards every day, you know, and your diet and everything else. But yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. So good luck to you in your journey.